Good morning, students. Our next topic is how we can create a program in Unix or Linux. So we can say that program under Unix, whether it is Unix, whether it is Linux, any open operating system, any open source operating system, or we can say that. So So how we can create a C++ program under the Unix, or we can say that open source operating system. So we are having different editors in Unix, whether we are talking about VI editor, Emac editor, and gedit. So these all are the editors under open source operating system. So I'm going to take one example under VI editor. Again, it's an editor. VI is an editor where you just write the source code and compile the source code with the help of different commands. So writing your first program under Linux and Unix, use a text editor, any text editor, to create a C program, or we can say that C++ program, because you just write the extension of the file, whether your file's extension is .cpp or .c. If you are creating a file for C programming, you just type the extension .c. If you want to create a file for C++, you just write the C++. So next, how to create a file in VI editor. So there are several steps to create a C++ program under VI editor. So first you have to open terminal in Unix, because in Windows we most probably says it's a command line operator, or in the case of Unix we just call that is terminal. So open the terminal and write VI and press enter key. When you just press enter key, there is one window will be open, that is VI editor. But you cannot write anything. You cannot write anything when our VI editor is open. So how we can write on a VI editor? You just press the escape key. You just press the escape key. When you press the escape key, then sorry, it's not a escape key. You just press the I key. Because I, that means you have to insert the source code. So press I key for inserting the source code. Then after that, press escape key and write I key for insert the code or write any code. If you want to write any code, before inserting the code, you just press the I key. Then after that, you just write your code, complete code, whatever the program is, whether it is to find the greatest of, to create a class, any kind of program. So after that, how we can save our program? On that time, you just press the escape key. Then press escape key and write :WQ. So where WQ, that is specifically for save and quit. So save and quit from where? That is from your VI editor. Then after that, write another command on a terminal, that is chmod. chmod is a command. Here E is missing. Chmod, when we are writing the command chmod, that means change mode. Change mode from, suppose 777. There are several codes from 0 to 7. If all the zeros, that means basically these all are the read, write, and execute. Read, write, and execute. So 777, then name of a file. Suppose when you open a VA editor, on that time you just write the file name, that is abhi.cpp. So after saving this file, you just write change mode 777, then name of the file for changing the mode of the file, then press enter key. So after that, how you can compile the program, how you can execute the program, for that you just write dot slash then name of the file, dot slash then name of the file, then press enter key to execute the file. So this is a simple process for creating a C++ program under VA editor. So next we have different permissions for change mode. So first we have a number 0 and the octal permission that represent as a no permission. So that means 0, that means there is no permission for writing the code, execute the code, and read the code. So 0, that means there is no permission. Zero, that means there is no permission. Next number is 1. So 1, that means there is only a execute. Only single permission, that is execute. Or we can say that X. Then after that, if we write 2, that means that is specifically for write. Then after that, because we have 3 values: read, write, and execute. When we are talking about the execute, that means execute. Then when we are having a writing code, for that we have write. And third one is execute and write. That means WX. It means execute and write permission. Next one is fourth, that is specifically for reading the file. That means read permission. That means only read permission. 4 for. So there is R and hyphen for rest of the 2 permissions. Then after that, fifth one. So this is specifically for read and execute. Read and execute. Next is sixth number. So sixth number, that is specifically for read and write. Read and write, where execution part is missing in this case. Seventh, that is all permissions. Means read, write, and execute. So this is a complete chart for chmod command. Here we can say that it's a changing the mode of the file. So next we have the simple program under VA editor, where we just write the simple program for that. So here you just see this is a simple program for printing the name. Just first program where we just write the header file, main function, and printing the value for that. Then after that, we have next is how to compile the C program in VA editor. So to compile the C program, first you have to create and execute a file called file and enter the command. So command for that suppose GCC is your compiler and abhi.cpp is your file name. Then open the file. Then again name of file. Or if you don't want to write this, we have another option, that is CC, again GCC compiler, and name of file, then simple name of file. So next, how we can execute the program? Simple dot slash name of file with name of file for executing the program, and you will get your output. So next we have, if compiler is not working. So if compiler is not working, that means make sure your compiler is installed. So if compiler is missing, how we can check the compiler? So you just type the following commands and you just write the command which GCC. So which GCC is a compiler that tells the complete information about the compiler. They tell the complete directory where it is exactly. As shown in the PPT, that tells the slash user, where is the user is another mode, and there is a bin file folder, and another one is a GCC. Then after that, find out the version of GCC. So how we can check the version of GCC? You just write the GCC slash version, then it will tell the complete version of your GCC compiler. So what is the software uh, which it was created. So this is the complete information about the version of the file. So next we have, again, if compiler is not working, then how we can install the compiler. Suppose if compiler is missing, you have to install the compiler first. So first you need to install it with the help of yum command. So you just write the code, that is su. So you just write the code su, where su, that is sometimes we can say that it's a switch user to install, because in Unix or Fedora or any open operating system, we can just say it's a packages. We have to install the different packages. So in this we use yum install GCC. then press Y. That means we have to install the GCC compiler. Then you can also check man page for GCC. There is a manual. So man command that is specifically for the manual. So you can write man space GCC. So it will show the manual. Then it should be the something like this. Its code is uh, whether where you just write the code, whether way you just create VI editor program. So next we have, so this is all about the GCC programming. How we can install GCC program, how we can check whether a GCC program is existing in our PC or not. So before going next, I'm just going to launch first school question. So our next topic, that is functions. So next topic is function. So what is function? So function is a definition that contains the name of the function with its return type. Name of the function with its return type. So the formal arguments to be passed in the brackets, and if any, in the body of the function which contains the executable statements. So generally format of a function, that is first we have to declare the function, then function return functions and function name. And if you want to declare the arguments or data type in the parenthesis, it means where we just find the arguments. So it's our wish to declare the function with, whether it is with the help of void, whether with the help of no return value, with return value. Suppose we have the function, suppose the syntax for the function. So function name and data type, any data type 1, data type 2, and this is the body of the function. And return value, and close the compound statement. So in this declaration, function type that refers to the type of the value, which is the function will return after its execution. These types it can be int, float, whether it is void. In case the function does not return value, then the type of function will be taken as a void. On that time, we just write the function type that is void. So function name that refers to the name that given to the function which is used in the main program. So to call that particular functions, the functions the function name can be any name that is conforming to the syntax rules of the variable. So it is a good programming technique to give function name that resembles. Suppose if you find the sum of if you find the cube of a number with the help of functions, so you just write the name of the function is cube, because I already told you how we can say it's a name or it's a function, whether it is main function, clear skin function, get switch function. Whenever you just write the parenthesis after every word, it will become the function. It will become the function with the help of parenthesis. That is why we always say it's a main function, it's a clear skin function, it's a gets function, get char function, get line function. So after that, we are having some formal arguments. So formal arguments are the parameters that declare in the brackets, or we can say declare in a parenthesis. So that define the after the function name with any function is being called that from the main program. So the parameter used in a calling program are called the actual arguments, or we can say that actual parameters. Suppose here we just write the cube, then find the suppose here is a int a comma int b. So this is the example for actual parameters. Sorry, formal parameters. So now I'm going to tell you about, first we create the first program. Suppose we want to print the text with the help of functions. So how we can, one thing you must know about that functions, whenever you create the program for functions, there are 3 steps that you have to achieve. First one is function declaration, function declaration part. Second one is function calling part. Third one is function definition part. Order most of the time is same. Order is same whether you create the program with the help of functions. First, declaration of the function, calling of the function, and definition of the function. There is slightly difference between function declaration and definition. When we declare the function, we have write semicolon after declaration of the function. When we define the function, there is no semicolon after defining the function. So our first program is to print the name with the help of functions. So you just we will start a program, first program that is specifically from with the help of functions. We will start from hash include iostream.h. So preprocessive that include second header file that is conio.h. So after that, main function. So main function, after main function, we have to create our own function. Suppose I'm going to declare one function. Name of function is text. Suppose name of function is text and void is a type of function. Void is a type of function and text is a name of function. If you want to pass any argument here, you just write suppose void. So after that, we have to, second step is to, after declaration, because there is a semicolon, that means here we just declare the function. So after that, we have to achieve a second step, that is definition part, calling part. So how we can call this function? Text function. Then after that, we just print the value. We just write get ch and close main function. See, there is one step is still pending in this program. Which step? That is function definition part. So function definition after closing the main function. Here we just write void text and open compound statement for the this particular function. Suppose here I want to print the value. Then after that, close the compound statement for this function definition part. So how it will work? How it will work when we execute this program? So whenever we just compile our program, our compiler first goes to main function. Then after main function, it will move to next. It will check there is a function. The name of the function is text and the type of function is void. Then move further. In second line, there is a function text. That means here is a calling part. And here is a declaration part. When our compiler goes to this line, calling part, then it will move from here to definition part. When definition part is called, then after that it will check the value for this function. So here is a information about this function, then close compound function, then compiler move back to the next. So what is the next? Next, that is get ch. So get ch, that tells the output of the function. Then it will show the output of the function. Here is a definition part. So this is all about the function part. How we can declare the function, how we can call the function, and how we can define the function. So next we have the return statement. In functions, we have some return statements. So return statements that use one keyword, that is return keyword. So return is a keyword is used to return the value from the function called. So this statement that terminates the functions and return the value to its caller. How we can use these return statements? We can use return statement like a return without expression. There is no expression in this program, or sorry, in this return. Another one is return with expression. So this is for with expression. So this is a use of return. We can create a one or two program with the help of return keyword. So next we have different types of functions, because we are having different way to declare your functions, or we can say that different types of functions. types of functions, or we can say that way of function declaration. So first we have function with no argument and no return value. Function with no argument, no return value. No return value, that means empty value. Second, that is function with argument and no return value. And third one, function